Hey, um, and so we'll be looking at some practical questions. This is especially for the NECO students who are taking data processing as a trade subject. And so we'll be looking at this question, file request for colleague who needs to see this practical aspect done. So we'll be diving into it because there are um, okay, just trying to make it clear. There are, I think, three questions, and we're just looking at it one at a time. Okay, so we have the first video, second video, and there's going to be a third video. Okay, so they said using Microsoft Access, create the subject table and department table as shown below. Set the field size and the data type of your choice. We've been given a choice to do that. Okay, so let's dive right into this subject table and department table. So let's dive. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my database access. So I click on my Windows. I'm using Windows 11. So I search on access. Okay, and I open it. And of course, I'm going to click the blank database. Okay, um, I'm going to just use any name of my choice. I'm using Agile, Agile ND, and I'm going to click on create. Of course, notice where it's going to store. It's going to be stored in this. So I want to be stored in a folder um, because this is actually a paid video, so it has to be stored in that in that specific folder. Okay, so okay, start here. I'll just go Agile, just put it as DB. Okay, that's fine. Now the extension for that will be, look at the extension .accdb. All right, that is the extension for creating database in Access. Okay, so we have this. So what we are going to do right now is we're going to save this with the name here, which is what subject table, cap, upper cap, and we're going to create another one, and we'll save it and we'll call it department table. Okay, so this is saved, so I'm going to close this, and I can expand this so that this goes off or this shows, whichever means. You can drag it here so you have the name full, or this, whatever choice you want to go about it. Okay, so I'm going to switch here under um, here. You can do that in home or you can do that in table field, whichever you can switch in the views. You can either switch the views here in the home tab or in the table fields, whichever, right? So I'm simply going to still use the table fields and switch to design view. Now we have the design view. Now we'll go back to the question. It said in the subject table, it has three columns, subject codes. So we're going to type that exactly the way it is. Subject codes. And we're going to give it a number because they said in the question, they said set the field size and data type of your choice. So they're giving us a choice to do that. Subject name is the next one. I'm going to use a text. Department codes. And I'm going to use a number. Now your teacher is going to explain this to you at various schools, at various Nigerian secondary schools across board. what data types are, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to explain it anyway. So data types are used to describe the feed name. They're used to tell us what the feed name is going to contain. And we have various types of data types. We have the numbers, and we have, which is your numeric. We have alphabetic, right? And we have the Boolean. We have currency. We have date and time, etc., etc. And now here is the feed properties where we can actually format each of the fields. So if I click on any of the field, the feed property changes along it, and we can format it. We can input mask. We can add captures as much as well. So this is the feed property for each of the field. Okay. So let's go back to the question. Subject code, subject names. Okay, just ensure it's correct. Subject names. Okay. Subject codes and that. Okay. So they said enter 7 subjects of your choice to replace the XXX. Okay. So they have given us a sample of how it's going to look like. They've given us COM11 and what have you. So what we are going to do now is we have done this. We'll switch now to, I want to check the primary key. They said in department, so department code, here's the primary key. Subject code there is the primary key. Okay, subject code here. So this is acting as the foreign key, and this is acting as the primary key here. Okay, and when we are doing the relationship, we are going to talk about that. Okay, I think they're asking us to do relationship anyway. Okay, so we're going to switch this to the home, the datasheet view, and we'll click on yes, save. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so they said enter any 7 subject of your choice to replace the SSS in the subject name. Okay, now notice that the names are the feed, the, the the labels here, the content here is not clearly visible. So to adjust that, in between the two fields, what we call your attributes, okay, and of course here is known as your records, here are known as your attributes, okay, and you can double click on it to make it clearer. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, so subject names, okay, data processing comes first. um, Computer science, computer studies comes second. Now they said the change in request wasn't because you would create a duplicate value in the index primary key or relation. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to do that and go back. We define the index to permit duplicate entry. So I'm just quickly going to fix this and we're back. Now I fixed it. Now what they wanted was that it cannot be empty. They needed me to put values in between the rows. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the question. We have COM111 and COM10. So I'm just quickly going to do that. So that was the reason why it was giving me that error, because it cannot be empty. The index value has been said that it must not be null. Okay, talking about our constraint. So I'm just going to do this. For the code, I'm going to change it to text because I'm seeing alphabetic there. So that makes it um, uh, that makes it pretty much just gonna post this quickly. So that makes it pretty much difficult. Okay, so we have COM. That's I see an alphabet and a number, an alphabet and a number. So I'm quickly going to adjust this also to short text. Okay, all right. So I'm switch it save. Data sheet view. Now I can put my COM 111, and in the department code I can change it to COM 10. Okay, and here I can put computer science, computer studies rather, and I can put mathematics. I'm just going to put something random. Then I will fix it. Okay. Mathematics. What else? I can put chemistry. Like I said, these are just random, just to ensure that I put all this in this field. Okay. Because it must not be redundant. Um, so here is duplicate. So I'll just put another value here. Okay. So here I have physics. So here I can put X. Here I can put Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Economists, U M. I think I'm ignoring the art students. I'm going to put government. Here I have an O, and here I have I. So I'm just quickly going to pause this and attempt something. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's fine with me. So the art students are not neglected. I think the commercial students are neglected. I'm sorry if I'm okay. I have to take one, and I'll just take chemistry. Okay, I'm going to put a commercial subject. Mm-hmm. Financial accounting. So let me put commerce. Commerce is easy, I think. All right. Okay. All right. So we have this, and so we have that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now they said enter any seven subject of your choice to replace um excess. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So what this means now is we're going to put this. We're going to put this, but we can put any other subject. Okay. Noted. So I'm quickly going to do that. Computer science. Okay. And so I can just change here to data processing. Okay. Um, let me check here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 here. So math is not going to be there. So I have to put chemistry is coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here will be mathematics. Here will be government. Here will be economics. And here will be, civic education. Okay, so I'll put here W, put here P. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Now for the mathematics, they gave maths, I think 500, not quite sure. 500. Then the other one they gave maths 11. Okay, so that's fine. Now they said use the first three letters of the subject name entered in question 1AI and add any numbers between 100 to 99 to 999. So we're going to use the first three letters of the subject. Okay, and then we can add any numbers between 100 to 999 as the subject code. Okay, so we're going to do that. So here I have, so here I just have DNT, and I have 120. Here I have Chem, and I have 250. Here I have Com, and I have 350. Here I have, and I have 168. Here I have Golf, and I have 800. Here I have Econs, and I have 670. Here I have Civic, and I have 340. Okay, okay, and add any numbers between this. The first three letters, we have done that. To replace that. Now use the first two letters of the subject name, enter the one, and add numbers, the first three, and add numbers between 10 to 99 to replace department codes. Okay, so I'm going to do that between 10 to 99. All right, so we have between 10, so I have 12. Chem, I have 25. Simply just gonna start. I have Com, I have 35. I have Physics, I have 16. I have Golf, I have 80. I have Econs, I have 67. I have Civic, I have 34. Okay, that's fine. Back to the question. I think we're making progress, guys. No two subject code and department code should be the same, so they are not the same. That's checked. So let's go to the department table. So we have department codes. So let's create that. So we can save this and close it. In department table, we can switch it to design view, and let's look at the question again. Department codes together. And we're going to use text, department name, names, I guess. And do we have that here? Okay, no. HOD names. Obviously, it's going to be a text. Gender. Now let me see what they gave in gender. Male or female. So we can make gender to be a drop down. Okay, we could use I think I can use a lookup wizard. Nope, I'm not going to look up here. Just simply going to okay. So in the yes or no, I'm just going to put short text and see the input marks I'm going to give. Save. Um, okay, let's see the yes and no. And let's see how it looks like. Computation view, save. but we have this. Nope, I don't want this, so I'm just see, I have to enter a value here. Just put this here, this here. Um, that's fine. I can just quickly switch. Um, look up here. I don't want to be a check box. I want it to be um, text box. So I can put here male or female. Okay, male or female here, and let's see how it works. Save here. Oh, I have it wrong. um, so probably it didn't work. So this is just strictly yes or no. Um, I can just, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it in short text, and well, no, here short text. Leave it here in short text, and get that done. Okay, saved. We're not putting anything here. Okay. Select an item here. So basically, what I did here is I was trying to see if I can get a drop down, and that would have been super cool to have a drop down, a kind of like a list box for this. And probably we have to do a format here, but because of the scope of this, we'll just probably stick to okay. Because it's always wise to have um, the gender field in a drop down, and I don't like it just to be in text. Like we can have it just having to type it. I don't want it to be that. Yeah, I'm even seeing no here, so probably I've changed it to a list box. I'm just gonna change it to text box. Okay, and if we change it, save the table. That should take off. Okay, I said I'm gonna type in something there. Okay, so I'll switch here to data sheets. So how do we find solutions to this problem? Okay, let's see what we can do. So for the gender, I'm going to go to lookup wizard, and instead of looking up fields, I'm going to type the details I want. Okay, so next I'm going here. I'm going to type male. I'm going to type female. I'm going to go to next. Yes, it's gender, and I'm going to click on finish. Now, if I switch to datasheet view, save, I should have this here, which is what I want, male and then female. Okay, I think there's issue here, saying something I shouldn't be saying. Look up with that. I'm going to limit to that list. I'm not going to male. This is a new version, so it might be a little bit different, but it's the same. So limit to list. I just want it to just to be there, and datasheet view, save. Yes, it's just limited to that list. Okay, so we can't add anything else, so it's fine. So we can go back to the question. So that's just how to set a drop down. So we need this male female here, and now all right. So probably there's the next one here. So okay, Okay, let's try the second one. Okay, so I have it here. Now enter 6 names of your family members in the HOD names. 6 names, right? Um, okay, family name. So I have coming here, and she's a female. Although they gave us a specification, so we're sticking with that. You know what? I'm just quickly going to do that right now because so I have male here. Okay, so I have male. So let me do that now. I have male. Okay, for male here, I mean, going to put something here. For male here, I have um okay, I have Samuel. Just gonna put some things here. All this is because there is a primary key attached to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put Samuel here. I'll put John. Okay, um, female. Okay, it's going to be coming here. Um, just random guys. I'm going to change that. Um, here I have a male here. Next one is a male. Summary redundancies, guys. Yes, I know. Okay, so that's that. I have a male here. I'm going to put John. Okay, there call right. Put M here, O here, P here, right? I have female. I have precious. This is O. This is V. I have another female. I have EC. Okay. Um, P. I have a K. I have a male. Finally, male. And for the male, just going to put okay. Just gonna put any name, just Frank. Okay. So you'll be seeing something like this. Just do I have any repetition? Oh, that's fine. Okay. All right. So you just have to toddle with it because of the relationship, because of the primary key that has been created for the primary code. So it has to be unique. Ensure there is no duplicate here, guys. All right. So we have done that, and we're just going to go to the next one. I said enter 16 family names. We have done that in the HOD column in the department table. Now key every information provided in the department code and subject name column of the subject table, okay, into the department code and department name column respectively in the department table. So what this simply means is every information that has been provided in the department code in the subject name table, we're going to in the subject name column Okay. Probably I'm just going to write it down, or I'm just going to copy in between, right? So I'm going to open the other table right here. Now, what they simply mean now is we have to key every information provided in the department code. Okay. And subject name column. Okay. Of this table into department code and department name. So code goes into the code, subject name goes into department names. Okay, that's what it simply means. So we're going to do that for department code here. We're having this, so we're just okay, just going to copy. In your own case, you can do that the same. Just copy and paste. Not gonna take your time, guys. Um, Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So invariably, what I'm going to do is they give us some codes that we have to create in the subject table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm having 9 here. Maths is here. Computer science is here. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to key in. I've keyed in this. Key in. I'm not going to key in computer science. I'm going to use it to replace. I think that's 10. Use it to replace this, and data processing to replace this. I know. I can change this to 5. Okay. You have to be careful when you're moving this because of the relationship you have created. Okay. And golf here, and physics here. Okay, that's fine, guys. So the next question is key in every information provided in the. We have done that. The subject name and the subject name goes into the department. The subject name in this table goes into the department name in this table. So let's do that. So let's not forget the names we've keyed in here. So invariably we're going to key in this. Computer science, it was there, so we're not going to leave it there. Data processing, we copy it, paste it here. Accounts, copy it, paste it here. Okay, government, copy it, I'll paste it here. Physics, we copy it, and of course we can paste it here. Okay, So pretty much that is all. Then it said create the following queries. Show all the female HODs in the school and print. Okay, so we're going to show all the female HODs in the school and print. So let's do that. So I'm going to save this. Now we're going to now before we create a query, there's a need for us to create the relationship. Okay, because they are saying there here that we have to show all the females HODs in the school and print. Okay, so now we'll create the relationship. To create the relationship, we're going to close this department tools relationship. We're going to add the two of them together. For every query you're going to create, you need to create the relationship for it. Okay, so I'm simply going to drag this here, and we have this sorted out. Okay, so department code in department table, department code in subject table. Okay, so that has been created. Let me cancel this. So it should be this. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So each of them. So created. And now we have this. And now we can close. Save the relationship. Now if we go back to this table, you will discover that we have this. Okay. We have this created for each of them. Now we can now go to our query design. Table field, and we can switch to our query. Now let's go back to the question. It says, now for us to be able to do that, they say show all the female HODs in the school and print. Okay. So let's do that. So all the female HODs, we're going to create a query. We'll come to create, go to query wizard, simple query. Now we have created all this, right? So invariably we're going to create the subject code, subject name, um, so we have department code, okay. Then we have the gender, we have department code, and we have that. So we have this sorted. Next, and we can call this. Let's go back to the question. Female HODs. Okay, so we can call this a female HOD. So we have this. Okay, so now we have done this. We've created the queries of all of them, subject code, subject name. Now we have them all together. Okay, now we can now go to home and switch to the design view. Now we have this. Okay, with the relationship created. This asterisk means all. Select all. Okay, and now under the gender, we are going to type females. Okay, we're selecting only the female HODs, and we're going to run it. So we have 3 female HODs. Okay, select all the female HODs in the school and print. They said in the school, so it's everything. So we have this. Now we're going to print this. So we go to file, print. We can do a print preview here, and it's going to show It's loading. I think I'm going to pause to wait for it to load. Okay, so we have this. Now if you check here, we have the female HODs, okay, here and in one page, and we are going to print it, right? So here you can just, it's in portrait, it's in one page, setup is good, and we can print. Okay, I'm going to print mine in PDF, and I can do print, and I'm just going to put it in that folder. Like I said, this video is a paid video. Okay, so I have to put it in the folder there. Okay, think look for it, guys. Okay, it should be here. All right, so I have this as female HODs. It's easier converting to PDF so that when you want to print, you just to send it directly to the printer, or you give it to your teacher and they print it for you. Okay, so female HOD done. Okay, I think it printed 2 pages. Not really sure. Pages, page 1. Yeah, so you could just put page 1 to 1 page. Okay. Yep, that's fine. So I'm simply going to replace that female HOD with this. So it's just printed 1 of 1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we can close this and we can go back to the question. They said show the department name, subject code, subject name for the department code, maths 11, and print. So we're showing the department names. I'm going to write it down. Department name. I think I have a pen here. Okay, so to do this, guys, we're going to close this, create another query, save this query, create another query here, and query wizard, simple query, and now let's go back to it. It said for department name, okay, it's names, not name, subject code, okay, subject code here, subject name for the department code. So then we have a department code here, okay, and we're just going to next, next, and here we can type this, we can call this maths 11, okay, math 11, okay, and then we can finish. So we have all this here, and we're going to run a query for that. Okay, so we're quickly going to switch to our design view, and under the department code we just want to query maths 11, okay, and then we can run it. Okay, so we have asterisk here. It has to begin with math 11, and we can run it. Sorry. So what I did was, now when I created the query, I did not add I did not add the mathematics. So what I did was simply I had to replace the physics, just one of them, so that the query can be created. Okay, so I'm going to create the query again, and because you're not meant to create for everything. Okay, So all I did was to change this for that. So when you create the query again, just so many distractions, so you just have to bear with me. So simple query wizard. We come back to the question again. It says show the department name. So we're going to show the department name on department table. Um, show the subject code. Subject code here. What again? Subject name and then department code. Okay, so we're going to hit on next, and we can call this math 11. Okay, and then we click on finish. So we have math here. Okay, so now if we're running this query here on our home to design, and we can just type on maths here, 11, and we can run, and then you can see math here. Okay, so the reason why it was not showing is because we did not create the relationship for math. Okay, so we have it here, and then we can print preview. So we have this here, and we're just going to print to PDF, and I'm just going to print it just one page. So it's going to be one to just one page. Okay, um, printing in that folder. I'll just have to call it math 11. Okay, save. Okay, so I'm going to close this, and I'll go back to the question. They said now we're going into more of like a question, and we're going to use um, MS Word to answer those questions. Okay, so I have this. We have done a job here, so we can close. We can close. Good job, guys. We can close, and then we can now come to Word to answer those questions. Okay. Okay. Now the question is: state two precautions taken while performing the task. What are the precautions taken while performing the task? We're going to look at the precautions. Question one. Um, okay. BI. Okay. State two precautions while performing the task. Okay. I think I'm going to use bullet point. The precaution was we had to create a relationship to enable us run the query, because without relationship obviously you cannot be able to run the query. That's a precaution we had to take. Two is we had to input all records according to the specification given in the question. Okay, all right. So the next one will be define the following. Okay, define following. Okay. Sorry. So let's look at it. I think I had a glitch somewhere. Trying to look at it. Primary key. So primary key right here. So what is a primary key? Now a primary key is used to uniquely identify a record. It is also known as a primary keyword. Okay, so that's what it is. So um, it's a special. Let me zoom so everybody can see this. Yeah, so it's a special um, relational table column, right? Or sometimes it could be a combination of column designated to uniquely identify each table record. Okay, then we have what is a table. So let's look at it, guys. What is a table? Now, a table in a database is responsible for storing data in the database. Okay, that's just what it is. That should be I here. Okay. Um, List for examples. Okay, this is I here. Um, this should be what? Okay, the list for examples of DBMS packages. Okay, so I have this. So the examples here, the first one is MS Access, that is Microsoft Access. We have MySQL. Um, we have Oracle database, and we have the IBM DB2. Okay, all right. So I think that's fine. We also have the MySQL server. We have the Amazon RODBS, so it's fine. Um, so let's look at the last question, guys. In the V part, we have this. What is a database? Okay. Now, a database is an organized collection of structured information, right? Is an organized collection of structured information, typically stored electronically in a computer system, right? In other words, we can see it as a systematic collection of what? Data, okay? They support electronic storage and manipulation of data. That's just what it is. So it's an organized collection of data that can be stored, that can be accessed electronically, okay? I think that brings us to the end. I'm just going to save this, and I'll save it in the items. Okay, I'm just going to browse since I can't reach you right now. Good Shepherd, Gyro, okay, online. So that will be the essay um, answers to database question. Okay, and we have the particle there. Okay, so that's done, and we have saved it, and I think that is everything for that. Okay, that's everything for that question. So thank you so much, and see you next time.